Senator, thank you for being here. First of all, let's talk a little bit about concerns here. China has been cracking down. It has meant a lot of volatility in these share prices, and you think U.S. investors are at risk. What did you say to the SEC?
Well, look, we wrote the chairman, and then I actually spoke to him over the weekend. But I think this issue, the DD issue, it raises investor risk issues, certainly investor protection issues, but it also highlights other broader strategic U.S.-China issues. But with regard to the investor risk issue, I don't think our investors fully understand when they purchase a Chinese company on an American exchange what they're actually purchasing. It is almost always an offshore shell company, no equity, that is subject to the whims of the Chinese Communist Party. That's what you're purchasing. I don't think a lot of our pension funds understand that. So I was glad to see that in the guidance that Chairman Gensler put out on Friday, he said that they're going to focus a lot more on what these are called variable entity interests, or variable interest entity issues. Thank you. Yeah. VIEs.
Right.
And they're going to focus a lot more on these, and it's important.
It's a mouthful, and it's definitely something that we've been watching, too. DD, for instance, raised $4 billion. Most of that came from U.S. investors. The guidance that we've heard from the SEC, from Gary Gensler on Friday, does it go far enough, in your opinion?
Well, look, I'm glad they're focused on it. And the other thing that I talked to him about and we put in our letter is that he needs to fully and expeditiously enforce the Holding Foreign Companies Accountable Act. That was a bipartisan bill passed in the Senate and House unanimously this past December, and it's a simple bill. It says if you're a Chinese company that's listed on an American exchange and you do not undergo the same audits that an American company listed on American exchanges undergoes, then you're going to be delisted. You have 3 years to do that. I'm very doubtful that they're going to do that. That bill also requires disclosure of these Chinese companies' ties to the Chinese Communist Party, to the military. So it's going to be very interesting to see if they actually do undertake these audits that American firms listed on American exchanges have to do. And if they don't, they should be delisted. And that's what the SEC is going to focus on. So they need to expeditiously do that. I believe the clock is already ticking on that bill. It gives them 3 years. And, you know, Becky, interestingly enough, the Senate is very focused on that. In June, we passed a bill saying actually the clock on this should be 2 years. And that was unanimous in the Senate, too.
Is there any scenario under which you'd like to see a Chinese company list on the U.S. exchanges? Because what you've laid out is something that just about none of them meet.
Well, look, it's asking a very simple requirement. If you're going to list on an American exchange, you should be subject to the same rules that an American company listing on an American exchange should be. That's not asking a lot, actually, at all. It's been almost 2 decades that we've kind of looked the other way to enable these companies to do this. And remember, investors are probably not that certain that when they invest in these companies listed on American exchanges, that what they're not getting equity in the company at all. The other thing is, I think this is just the tip of the iceberg. There's other requirements for U.S. companies, say, for example, Foreign Corrupt Practices Act, that my view is we should subject Chinese companies that are listed on American exchanges to these same requirements. We'll level the playing field for what other American companies that are listed have to undertake, and I just think it's an issue of fairness and leveling the playing field.
Hey, Senator, are you supporting the bipartisan infrastructure plan?
So, Joe, you know, I have been a no on the 2 votes to proceed to the bill, and the simple reason I've told my constituents back home in Alaska is I've been a no because there hasn't been a bill. There's been no text. And we finally got text last night, so I'm going to dig into this with my team. As a matter of fact, I'm already doing that, and I'm going to be looking for some important issues. One issue that gets overlooked is how much serious permitting reform is in this legislation. It's an issue I care deeply about. You know, in America, it takes almost 9 years to permit a bridge, 9 to 19 years to permit and build a highway. We had a gold mine in Alaska. It took 20 years to permit. You could have a $10 trillion infrastructure bill, and if you don't fix the broken permitting system in America, you're not going to be able to deploy this capital. So that issue is really important to me. You may have seen the Business Roundtable put a statement out essentially saying, hey, serious permitting reform could bring up to $400 billion of private capital into infrastructure. So I'm going to be digging into it, but until last night, we didn't have a bill to actually read.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.